Hi, my name is Thomas Cooper, and I'm here today to discuss with you about the war on drugs. According to the United States Department of Justice, drug use in 2007 cost the country $193 billion. There's no doubt that drug use and this amount of money has an effect on society, and there's questions to whether the police and the DEA are effectively producing the desired outcomes. The history of prohibition may provide important insights to the effectiveness of these policies, and there are many perspectives regarding the current laws in the state of law enforcement. Many times in American history, there have been laws enacted to protect public health, public safety, and American ideals by prohibiting the use of certain drugs, but sometimes these policies have unintended consequences. The first nationwide ban of a substance was the prohibition of alcohol in 1920. Alcohol was abused nationwide, causing problems like domestic violence and drunk driving. And the prohibition also allowed for criminal organizations to arise. The loss of tax revenue from alcohol was significant for many states. And according to PBS.com, it says that 75% of the New York tax revenue was to liquor tax. Policies known as the War on Drugs began officially in 1971 under President Nixon. Drug addiction was becoming a major problem in the 1960s, and many Americans believed that the use of these drugs were causing a decline in traditional American values. But these drug policies were used to promote political agendas. There are many perspectives of how these policies have affected the country in the past. Many people believe that the war on drugs has created many more problems and is too costly, while some believe that the actions taken and the consequences of those actions are totally necessary to prevent drug use. Many people think that the war on drugs is necessary because law enforcement has suppressed organized crime, and that strict policies against drugs have suppressed the rates of addiction associated with those drugs. Many people think that the war on drugs has created more problems without effectively preventing drug use. And the war on drugs has been exploited to suppress minorities for political reasons in private prisons. According to Forbes.com, it says that President Nixon, official, admitted that the war on drugs was a ploy to suppress his political opposition, which was mostly minorities and hippies. The war on drugs, along with the demand for drugs, allowed for the rise of criminal organizations. According to a graph, it shows that 1 in 5 prison inmates are in jail for drug charges. Recent trends indicate that drug policy is becoming more relaxed to some substances. This can be seen as the legalization of recreational and medical marijuana in many states. But drug addiction problems may cause for a stricter drug policy. Opioid addiction is a serious problem today, and people consider more strict laws like harsher sentences for drug dealers. The many perspectives of drug policy and how it has affected the country are relevant factors to the future of drug policy. Drug use and the war on drugs have affected American society in many ways. The history of the war on drugs gives important insights into modern drug policy, and the perspectives about the use of drugs and enforcement affect drug law, and there are many possible futures for the use on drug policy in the USA. Here's my audience. Here's my speech notes.
We got the FaceTime.